interviewing Donnie. Yeah, he's supposed to be interviewing Donnie, my deceased son's father.
Yo, so somebody had put that in my chat, but I didn't know anything about that. I knew you had said you were tired of him putting your son's face.
Yeah, all over his shit, because it's like, pussy, you doing too fucking much. So now you want to interview the man who had sex with me when I was 15 years old, when he was 24. You want to interview him? Yeah, that's real appropriate.
Because you know what, Jag, you never talk about his father. Like, is it hard for you to talk about it? Is that why you don't mention it?
Because there's nothing to talk about. There's nothing. Listen to me. Listen to me. I'm gonna let you scoop this pussy tonight, just so both of his proteges can go down in fucking flames. I'm gonna give you the exclusive.
Exclusive.
Donnie, I met when I was 13. Yes, exclusive. Fuck the fairies. Here we go. YT Hunger Games exclusive tea. I met Donald Boykins, who goes by Donnie, when I was 14 years old. He was the choreographer for my girls group, Philly's Blunt. And he was also a choreographer for an artist named Shanice that used to be managed by Haq Islam. We did Teen Summer together. He was our choreographer. I always thought he was a little flamboyant, but the nigga could dance. You know what I'm saying? And he was good at choreography.
When you said Donnie, I was like, is that a girl?
Interested in me. I was interested in, like I said. So anyway, I creeped with Donnie, but he wasn't the dude that I was interested in. The dude that I was interested in, his name was William. And I had known him for half of my life. It was an inappropriate relationship. He was 7 years older than me. I loved him madly. Anyway, I was really hoping that Jovani was his, but he ducked out on me for his other baby mom that ain't had no teeth, named Carlina. And I was real pissed off at Billy. So I creeped with Donnie.
You sure it wasn't TJ?
We smoked a couple L's, drank a couple 40s. Huh?
I said, you sure it wasn't TJ because you said no teeth?
No. Carlina's older than TJ.
Okay.
No, Carlina's older than TJ. Carlina ain't had no teeth since she was 23 fighting me over Billy. She been toothless for decades. You know what I'm saying? So anyway. So this shit, like I when I think back now to it, I'm not mad because I was the pretty one and she was the ugly one with no teeth. So all of that weird sex stuff that Billy liked to do, he did it with her. Like she would do anything. I didn't have to do that. I was pretty. You know what I'm saying? So I became grateful for her and all of her suffering. He would still rather be seen in public with me. Anyway, so long and short of it, I crept with Donnie and I got pregnant with Jovani. I did not believe that Donnie was Jovani's dad. I refused to believe it was him. Refused. It wasn't until Jovani was born that I realized that I had made a mistake. And it was Donnie. Donnie came to visit me and my family at the family house in Berlin when Jovani was 2 weeks old. He came to the house, he had dinner, he held Jovani up all over his face and all over his hair when he burped him. We didn't take no pictures. My dad didn't want any pictures taken. My dad took him downstairs, talked to him, and then we never saw him again. From what my father told me, he cut him a check for $500 and said, thank you, but no thank you. And we never saw him again.
Your dad cut him a check, or he cut your dad a check?
I didn't bump into Donnie. Yeah, my dad. No, my dad cut him a check and said, go on ahead. We don't need you here.
Wow. Was it because of the age gap thing? Because you were only 15.
No. It wasn't because of the age gap thing. My dad just thought he was worthless.
Okay.
So he said, thank you for the DNA. Keep it pushing. Right. And he did. And I raised Jovani as a teen mom with my parents. I worked very hard to build my career. It wasn't, Donnie didn't pop back into our lives until Jovani was about 12. And this was when my marriage with my ex-husband Sam was just starting to get rocky, and him and Jovani weren't getting along, and Jovani was like, I wish I knew my real dad. I wish I knew my real dad. Oddly enough, I was in, was it DC or Virginia? But I was doing a college show. It wasn't at Howard. I think it was Richmond. Yeah. We were doing a show at, I think it was Richmond University, me and Music Soul Child. And after I got off stage before music went on, I saw Donnie. And it was like I seen a fucking ghost, yo, because I saw the other half of my son's face.
So he looks like your son.
Oh, fuck. And everybody looks like the both of us. Jovani was an
because
awesome
Jovani
mix
looks like
of the both of us.
but you saying that he looks like his father.
That aren't there are Donnie.
Oh wow.
He looks like the both of us. I mean, he was a beautiful culmination of us. And you know, it was, he came backstage, he came back to my dressing room, we talked, he said, I feel compelled, I haven't been in my son's life all his life. I've watched you in your career. I saw him when you guys were in the newspaper, when you had little Sam and and he was like, I want to get to know my son. And I'm like, my marriage is about to end. This is his biological father. It'd be wrong for me to say no. I said, look, we'll do the counseling thing first. Me and you need to get to know each other because I need to understand what the fuck I'm bringing into my son's life.
Right.
I'm like, so we had
because
to
you hadn't talked to him in 12 years
before any of that happened. He hadn't seen him. He hadn't seen him since he was fucking 14, 15 days old, maybe 16 days old. So this is a whole person, you know, he's coming into his life, and in the middle of a family in turmoil, about to be on the brink of divorce. So me and Donnie got to know each other. But they finally met, but then Donnie got weird. And Donnie stepped off. I'm not going to get into what he got weird about because we don't need to talk about that. Our son is deceased.
Do you feel like it's going to come out later? Oh, she cut out. Oh, dang. Can you guys hear Jag, or did she drop out? Oh, here we go.
No,
here we go.
Me, I'm
okay,
here.
you're back.
I dropped out for a second.
No, what I was saying was, do you think that it's going to end up coming out later?
It wouldn't be favorable for him.
Okay, it wouldn't be, if the thing wouldn't be favorable for him, so you don't think it's going to come up. Okay, got it.
Yeah, it wouldn't. None of what happened up until our son's death would be favorable for him. And Donnie, if you're listening, I have called you twice since Jovani passed away. I have left you messages. The last time I talked to you, you was living with that Spanish woman with all them kids, and I think y'all had just had a baby. Like,
Jag, you cut out again.
And Jovani's brother I gotta change. I'm gonna drop down. Can you hear me now?
Oh, say like hello.
I'm trying to find a good spot.
Okay, yeah, it's cutting in and out.
Oh. All right.
Yeah, drop down and then come back. Okay, she's gonna try to find a good spot, y'all.
Kick.
Kicked out. Dang. Okay, so I really didn't know that they were going to interview Jovani's dad. I'm not playing stupid, you guys. I really didn't know that. Like, that's news to me. I promise you, I didn't know. So when I'm asking about it, like I'm asking because I don't know. Like I said, I can just go to the source, so I don't have to watch anyone else. But I'm glad that she was here to at least speak about it. Okay, so some of y'all were saying that she said that he had passed away. If I'm looking at that correctly, y'all said that she said that he passed away. I wasn't able to whatchamacallit. I wasn't able to like even get to that because like every time I would talk, I think there was a delay, so I didn't want to keep interrupting, but I was gonna hopefully get to that. Hopefully she get a better connection so we can have more of a back and forth. Dang. Hi Darlene, happy Saturday. And shout out to everybody who already in Saturday. You know, I'm in Cali, so it's still Friday for me. Okay, so SDW found the daddy and going to interview the daddy, if I understand. Put a 1 in the chat if that is true. Dookie Way is going to interview the daddy. He found the daddy. He's going to interview the daddy now. Oh, the call is on coffee. Oh. Okay, wait. So y'all paid him $10 to listen to him, but y'all ain't paid me $10 to listen to me? All right, I see how y'all are. Oh, here's Jaguar. Hey, Jag. Jag.
Is this any better?
Oh, okay, I can hear you.
Yeah, I feel like I'm freezing still. This is crazy. Is that better?
No, you actually sound good right now.
Am I with you?
Yes,
Okay.
you are here. Okay, so from what I got from the people, they said that the phone call is on coffee with Donnie.
Okay.
Did you hear that?
Let me maybe that's the problem. Maybe I don't know. Like it's so strange. Texas is weird. Like anytime we have like heavy like overcast and satellite coverage, it gets weird. Is that any better?
Yeah, you actually sound good right now.
Am I with you?
Yeah, you sound good. Can you hear me?
Okay, great. Okay. All right. So yes, I hear you perfectly. Okay. I had to shut that window. I think that the window, that's crazy that a window would just do that, but whatever.
Right.
So you were saying something about coffee, his little demon.
Yeah, they said like a phone
lies.
call with him is on coffee, but then they said no, it's on YouTube. Because like I said, I was telling them earlier before you got on, I was all like, because they were mad at me because I don't watch the other people, but I was like, why do I need to watch the other people when I can just ask Jag directly?
That part.
Yeah, so that's where I was coming from, but I guess they said it's on YouTube. So anyway, why did he agree to like do an interview or even have a conversation? Do you know why, Jag?
I have no idea. Like I said, I left Donnie 2 voice messages. Did it because real life dropped.
You cut out again.
During about my life, I'm trying to pull it back. Could you do me a favor?
Mm-hmm.
AT2.
Yeah.
AT2. Can you just drop the link in your chat, because I picked this up through text now, and I think this link coming through text now is even an issue. Let me just jump in your chat.
Oh, that's probably what it is. Okay, let me drop it in the chat. Okay, I'm gonna drop it in the chat for her, y'all. Do 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 do. Dang. The exclusive is not exclusive in because we can't even hear her. They're gonna be like, yeah, AT2, he thought he had an exclusive, but he couldn't even hear the lady. You know they're gonna eat me up. Who said that? It was Flyboy said I'm kissing her ass. I am. Mwah! Just right there on the hemorrhoid. Just kiss the hemorrhoid right now. Anyway. Yeah, I really didn't know any of this was going on. Like, I guess the people that be messaging me about Jag, they didn't tell me anything about this. Probably because they thought I wouldn't have asked about it. I just said that I didn't want to talk about her son because, like, he passed away. Like, that was my thing. Like, we could talk about the daddy. Like, I don't have any issue with that. But I wasn't going to talk about her son or nothing like that. Yeah, no, I wasn't going to do that. But that's probably why nobody wanted to tell me. Y'all think it's the dial-up? Oh, let me pin up the comment because I forgot. Hold on, let me pin it up. That might help a little bit. Okay, Bates Motel. Y'all hella funny. Bates Motel. Not the Wait, are you trying to say Johnny Popcorn got a SA charge? I haven't heard anything about. Wait, we don't even know who the man is. Like, how y'all know he got a charge? I'll ask her about it. Right, Seven. I agree. He should be able to rest in peace. I agree with that. Excuse me, because technically our battle was not with him. Or not my battle, y'all battle. Like, yeah. He doesn't exist. This is skit worthy. This does seem like a skit, though. Oh, man. Ask her why he serves 12 years in prison. Johnny Popcorn served 12. If that's the identity, what's up, Bethany? If that's the identity of him, I ask about that. Like, if there's like an actual charge, like, because again, like, I don't know if people actually know who it is. No, she already said that. Oh, is that what you guys think he is? No, she already had said it wasn't Day Day. She said that last time. I had called her on the phone. You guys, she said it wasn't him. Yeah, because that was the guy she told me that TJ was saying it was, but she was all like, "No, TJ think it's him, but it's not." That was the producer guy. Yeah, she already said that wasn't him. Well, until he come out and say like, "Oh yeah, this is who I am," then you know, I can only assume. Who is? Oh, I'm not gonna put that comment up there. It keeps saying ended. Huh? Oh, I probably sent you the wrong link. Link. Hold on. Let me see. Make sure this is the right one. Keep saying ended. I wonder why it's saying ended. Okay. I sent a new one, Jag. Try this one and see what it say. Okay. Use the one that I just dropped. Use that one. I'm gonna just drop it over and over again. Shit. Hopefully it worked. And shout out to everybody watching on Facebook. Oh, we got one person watching on Twitch. Shout out to everybody on Twitch right now. Okay, here we go. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Jag.
1, 2, 3. Can you hear me?
Oh, you sound good.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I think it's on your side. Can you hear me?
I swear to God, this is like playing with the antennas on an old TV. Yeah, I can hear you. On an old TV, you know.
Yeah. Hey, they're still
I
thinking
never
that
had
the
such a
Johnny
hard time
Popcorn
hitting the link.
right. They're still thinking Johnny Popcorn is the Day Day guy. That's not him, right? We already talked about that.
The day. Yeah, I mean, it's not Day Day. And what I find most interesting is now Beloved is saying that she thinks Day Day was a random hookup and that Johnny Popcorn is a figment of my imagination. Now that's what she's saying. It's hilarious.
So does she think that Day Day cheated or you cheated on her with Day Day?
I couldn't have cheated on her with Day Day even if I had sex with Day Day because her and I weren't together and I had announced it. We're no longer in a relationship.
Oh, it just cut out again.
You felt jilted.
Jag, I'm gonna do it like how we've been doing it. I'm gonna call you on the actual phone. I'm gonna call you on the phone and then do it through StreamYard that way. I'm gonna call you. Okay, hopefully she got that. I don't know what the hell is going on with StreamYard. We can actually hear you now.
Oh my God, like this is annoying.
Right. Okay, we happy we can just hear you, man.
Okay. Right. So what I was saying was I think he might be pissed off about the real life interview and everything that I said in my story that was not supposed to come out before I approved everything. We went through the edits. They just ran with my footage without permission or consent in any way. We weren't even finished, and there was supposed to be a whole point to me doing that. Never got conclusion, so they took raw footage and threw it out to clicks and views. And I think the reason why it didn't do better was because I was so vocal about not endorsing it and how they ran with it without my consent. They still have not paid me. Whatever. I think he was probably pissed off about that, like a lot of people were.
Now, did you say that he died or he passed away?
I never said that. What I said is the only time he and I ever parented. was when our son died. That was the only time. That was the only time we together made decisions for our child as parents. That was the only time. It was weird.
Wow.
It was very weird.
How long has it been since you...
and Armani. Huh?
Oh, I was saying, how long has it been since you last spoke with him?
2 months after Jeff passed away, when I told him I wasn't in the mood with dealing with his job and getting the life insurance money. I sent him a copy of the death certificate. I told him, whatever you retrieve, you can keep. I don't care. I just didn't feel like it. It was just too much. That was the last conversation we had.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Now, is there...
Apparently,
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
No, I was saying apparently my son had accrued some insurance benefit with the last job that he had when he passed away. I told his dad to just handle it, and whatever came from it, he could keep it. I didn't want it.
Do you think that things would have turned out differently if he was still in your son's life?
Well, the thing is, once Jovani moved to Dallas, I started realizing that there were so many parts of him that he needed his dad for, and I encouraged the two of them to get into each other's lives. And he was in his life up until the end. I was very glad that when Jovani and I, everybody keeps talking about I wasn't talking to my son when he passed away, and they're beefing. But see, I sent his biological father to be there and stand in the gap. And I told Donnie, I've done all that I can do. The parts of him that he needs the most help with, he needs to get it from you, because y'all two are so much alike in so many ways, and you never knew each other. You need to get involved. If you ever gave a shit at all, get involved. And I was very happy that it become friends. So I didn't have an issue with stepping away because his dad had finally sinned. And he was a man. And there were certain parts of his personality that only Donnie could speak to. So I didn't feel like I abandoned my son. What I did think I did was turn him over to the parent that he needed that was never there. But of course, nobody in my family that say they were my family, that talked all of this shit, said anything, because we didn't know anything about that. Want to know why? Because they weren't involved. Which is what makes everything, my sister and her daughters and that Tasha case, it makes it so fucking egregious. Because when I picked up my son's phone with his belongings after he passed away, Donnie's name and number, and they were texting way up until the day that he passed away. And I felt a sigh of relief. Because I'm like, those two idiots listened to me, and they finally got it, Yeah. And like I said, the only time me and Donnie had ever co-parented was at our son's passing, which, of course, my ex-husband, Sam, used as a moment to try to make all about him. He was around, and you're going to have him there for the future. And he didn't like you, and he knocked you the fuck out, and that blood was pumping through his veins. Take a back seat, bitch. His father will be there. And besides, I said that, fucking idiot Sam didn't let my baby come to his brother's funeral out of spite.
He didn't?
Pussies talk about any of this shit.
What?
Yes.
I never even thought to ask about that. So he didn't let Sam Jr. go.
He did not let him come to the funeral because I told him he could not come. His real father would be there, and he needed to take a back fucking seat, just like he did while he was in his life. brother Jovani hated him. And he made sure he told everybody in the world, that ain't my son. He used to say that shit about Jovani all the time. So I find it funny that he wants to come and show up for pictures and shit and take the place of his biological father, who had actually finally built a real relationship with him. After all that time, you want to make it about you? Fuck you, fairy.
Well, I know Sam had said that he, stepped up in the place of Jovani's father not being there. So are you saying
No,
that's...
he ain't step up to nothing. He didn't step up to nothing. I was the breadwinner. What did he have to step up to? Every chance he got, he dropped my children off at my mother's house so he could run the streets. Playing pool, cheating on me, and spending my fucking money while I was on the road. Like, that's what I'm saying. Everybody talks about me. These niggas is all tap. And you've never heard me discuss these things because there's certain topics, like, I never wanted Donnie to be dragged into this conversation.
Yeah, you protected him.
I knew that there was no way he was going to be able to look like the good guy and nobody would understand.
Mm-hmm.
But whatever he wasn't when our son was growing up, he did his best to make up for it when our son became a man and when he needed his father the most. And that's all that mattered to me. And the rest of it ain't nobody's fucking business. Especially not no weirdo who was living off of me, pump faking so he could use my son for a tax write-off on his goddamn taxes. Donnie never collected a tax refund on Jovani, and neither did I. But Samuel Odom did until told him he couldn't after we got divorced, and I let my mom do it. I never claimed none of my children. Ever. And that's just real bad. But I knew if I told the story to Donnie, the first thing people was going to say was, he was an adult, so it was statutory rape. Why didn't nobody press charges? I knew the next thing people was going to say, he was a deadbeat his whole life. He never paid $1. He never did this. He never did that. Like, I knew people were going to come at it that way.
Yeah.
When the truth is, the circumstances were complicated. It was a different time in life. We all made our peace with it. And when my son needed his father the most, his father showed, his biological father showed up. And that's all that mattered.
Yeah, so you don't harbor any feelings for him not being there in the beginning.
Listen to me, it didn't matter. Jovani got to grow up with the best dad he could have ever had, my father. He ain't lose nothing. But when my dad passed away, Donnie stepped back in and picked up his mantle. So I'm not mad. I know the both of us had so much regret because for us to have literally not had any interaction since I was a teenager, and then to stand there at a slab looking at our child together, and then we for the first time we're making decisions as parents, like, well, do you think we should, like, how fucking weird that is?
Yeah, I can't even imagine. Like, the first time y'all getting together and making decisions is at a moment like that.
We figured it out. And I told him whatever money there was to collect, he could take it, he could keep, wasn't worried about it. I had a check coming in. I had bought Philadelphia for Jovani so he would have his own company to put his EP out on because he was working out on his EP. And I said, I'm going to build this company in his honor, Silas, and this is going to be his legacy. And it's going to be legacy for him and Sam. So it's like, I worried about Philadelphia and I let him worry about everything else. And we lost touch after that. And it makes sense because it was just, the funeral was terrible, man. It was terrible. And then we got the phone call that Sam was there at that shooting, and he witnessed my son's best friend be unalived in his face. And I'm like, if he had been at his brother's funeral, he wouldn't have been there to witness that. It was a really messed up day. Because I could have lost both of my children in a week. And nobody gave a damn, you know, and it was just like, everybody was worried about them. And me and Donnie is sitting there just like, fuck, we can't even put them to rest. Like, these niggas wouldn't even come down here to Texas for the funeral, and we can't even put them to rest without them. You know, it was fucking awful, man.
Right. And you know what? This makes sense why you don't really go into detail and talk about it. Because I can even tell right now, like, this is the first time I can say, like, I feel real emotion from you, Jag. Like, I can't imagine all the shit you've been through. But, like, this right here, I know why you bury this and you don't talk about shit like this.
Ain't nobody's fucking business.
Right.
Flesh of my flesh, blood of my blood. Ain't nobody's fucking business. And guess what? Jovani, Jaguar, Manuel Wright, Donald Williams, flesh of flesh and blood of blood. It ain't nobody's fucking business.
Right. Now, do you feel that
he was the best father he could be at the time when it was most important, and that's all that matters. Truth is, Johnny inherited a lot of Donnie's father's ways, and Donnie's father was a motherfucker. He was a motherfucker. He was the worst kind of motherfucker. He was pure blood Dominican and mean as fucking shit. And Jovani, he picked up a lot of his grandfather's ways. He never met, but he had a lot like him. And that's why it was clutch for Donnie to come in. The things that he hated about his dad, he got to try to work them out and make sure he go through the pitfalls of the DNA, you know, and
so
grandfather, and then my dad had a temper, so it was like fire, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. He was an unquenchable fuck. Boy, because he everything down, you know, and I'm just glad that he was there. I go through the phone and look at the text messages between him, and it gave me a sense of peace. It just gave me a sense of peace.
You know, I applaud you for like not harboring like any ill will towards them after all that time, you know? Like you said, he wasn't there, but he stepped up when he needed to be.
Not everybody's going to be the perfect parent. Some people are great parents when their children are small and fuck it all up when they're grown. Some people, you know, are in and out. Some people are consistent all the way through, and yet their kids still feel like they didn't get what they need. Being a parent is not a perfect. What matters is that you show up when it counts. And I counted. And that's, I know you're probably mad at me. I'm sorry. I just released this shit, and I did call you. I don't know.
Okay, so a lot of this probably sprouted from that whole real life well, I can't even say interview, was basically like a tell-all, basically. You telling your life story, you know?
A stolen memoir. Complete and unpaid for.
Okay, unpaid for memoir. There you go. But I have a question for you, Jack. How come you give Donnie so much love, but like you don't show Sam Sr. any love for taking care of Sam Jr.? I think he's a wonderful father to Sam Jr.
And he never did. He doesn't. And he never did. Thing that man has done for my son, the show only, and behind the scenes, he has been the cheapest, most disgusting son of a bitch. He's even worse than his own biological father, who's dead. God rest his soul. May he rot in hell, Daniel. He's a fraud.
No, not the daddy.
No, Sam. Yes, and his dad was a fraud who used to beat on his mom, who started screwing his mom when she was 14 years old. Like, he comes from a real piece of shit fucking family. But you don't see me running down on them. His mother is a certified lunatic. And everybody
But Jack, didn't you?
Nobody know that.
But Donnie had you when he. I mean, well, you guys were together when you were younger.
Absolutely, absolutely. And guess what? That was wrong too. That was wrong too. But we made our amends.
Yeah. So there was no charges or anything pressed on him or nothing like that.
No. The $500 check is gone. Trust me, my father would have pressed charges if he had stuck around. So he left. He did as instructed, and that was that.
Yeah, like Jack, I still have to question. Like, I'm not sure why you showing him so much grace, but you can't show Sam Senior any grace.
Because Sam Senior is a piece of shit, and he doesn't deserve any grace. The pussy has tried to kill me on 3 occasions. It's working with the Roots to try to have me killed again this year.
Oh, wow.
Like, I had to have niggas step to black and my ex-husband this year. Yeah, niggas ran up in NBC, but you don't hear nobody talking about that.
I was unaware of that.
You know, there goes and then the next thing you know, there goes colluding with Lachelle and Nicole and Genesis right before I got arrested.
Wait, you think he was working with Genesis and them?
Yes, I know, because my sister told me they was all talking.
Oh, wow.
After the Roots shut him down because they said, Jag won't bring the heat, you gotta back the fuck off. And then he lost money because apparently they ain't shopping at Polo with him no fucking more. His fucking little bitch ass decided to join up with all the hoes.
How do you know he still talks to the Roots? You think he still talks to the Roots?
No, I know he was. One of my friends came and told me, and I had a recording of him and Tariq talking about what they got to do to get rid of me this year, because I'm too big of a... Yeah.
Do you think they were... So if I understand correctly, you're saying that Sam, Genesis, and your family were responsible for the whole revoking your bond, and then
he was in on the whole fucking pissed off after our son did that interview with Sean Bates telling the truth about his childhood. He was pissed. You know, because he had come and do the interview with you, trying to get his little name back into the... He was mad that my husband missed him. See, he was mad to Google my husband's name, but not his, actually mine. See, that pussy had always wanted access to my name. Like, I don't understand how y'all can't see clout chasing fucking pieces of shit when they I mean, it's like, like... Or is this, or you not remembering how all this shit went?
Oh, you kind of cut out, so I was trying to make out what you were saying. I'm sorry.
My ex-husband came and did an interview with you that didn't do much more than 5,000-6,000 views. My son did an interview with Sean Davey that did 24,000 in the same day. And everything that my son said refuted everything that he said to you on this platform. You don't remember? Yeah.
Well, it actually got 13,000 views, but yeah.
And I'm not saying that to be shady.
No, I know you wasn't trying to be shady, but I just wanted to, be factual.
What I'm saying is, what I'm saying is that nigga was mad that his son's interview got more numbers than his.
Okay. So it was like a competition, basically.
Everything is competition with Samuel Odom. He's the most competitive little piece of shit I've ever met in my life. I wish he would compete to die. Please win that race.
I don't think you hate that man like that, Jag. This was
I
somebody
was
he was
just
with
like
for
that.
11 years.
Yeah, on and off. And don't forget, out of that 11 years, we were separated for 6, and I was in 6 months after we split up. Oh, he don't tell you that part of the story, do we?
No, I had no idea about that.
I never loved that nigga. Never could. Fucking leech. And he's bastard won't come out the closet. I guess that's because he mostly gay for pay. I had the pictures to prove it. Which is why my divorce didn't go the way he wanted it to.
So did anybody have to pay alimony or anything like that when y'all got divorced?
Oh, well, he was supposed to have to pay it for me, but then I waived it for just the menial child support, but then he wanted to come after me for child support because he wanted me to pay him $8,000 a month. So my mother could babysit my children for free while he ran the streets.
So if I understand correctly, you're saying that he wasn't a father, he was out running the streets and would leave the kids with your mom.
He wasn't a father, he wasn't a husband. He's a who?
So it sounded like y'all had a business arrangement more.
He ain't never met a woman that he ain't wanted to take advantage of. Shoot, every woman he been with, he took advantage of. You know, I wish people spent more time researching the background of the people that they come to try to take me down. They find interesting shit.
I will say this: Sam has always presented himself as an upstanding gentleman, and I think because
of course he does. That's what he does. He sells Ralph Lauren for a living and has been doing so for 25 years. You don't think he knows how to pretend?
Well, I mean, yeah, but I don't feel like he's faking it. He's probably not a good lover. You know, there's some people who good people but not a good lover.
Great salesman. What he is a great salesman. He knows how to sell.
Hey, he sold you.
That suit, all those clothes that he wear, you know what I used to call it when he wear his fraud armor? You put on that $2,000 suit, and people look at you and they think you're so great, and they knew what kind of piece of shit you are. They fucking run at the sight of it. The people he went to college with in Temple, so they could tell you how fucking weird he was, sitting around studying people, trying to learn how to be in social situations, because he was such a fucking... Don't nobody like that nigga. Don't nobody that know him like him. People tolerate him. He's very resourceful and very useful when he wants something from you. Like, this is the thing that trips me out. Everybody came to bring after me, to try to bring me down. They're all fucking scumbags. Sam's a scumbag. My sister's a scumbag. Nicole Allen is a scumbag. Genesis is most definitely a fucking scumbag. Like, scumbags and souls. That's all y'all got? But I'm the liar? Fuck out of here.
But here's my thing. Like, I'm still like, okay, what if Donnie is going to be making a regular appearance? Like, you aren't worried about that at all?
No, not really. Like I said, anything that he could possibly say, if he tells the truth, it won't be favorable for him. And if he lies, he already knows what I'm going to do. There's a lot more things I could tell about Donnie than I'm sure he don't want nobody to know.
Oh, okay. So you got some things in your back pocket for him. Okay.
No, I know all Donnie dirt. All of it. Every ounce of it. Yeah. That nigga don't want me to start talking about the blood bank.
The blood bank?
And Donnie, I said that on purpose. Just so you fucking serious I am if you get out of line.
So are you or aren't you upset with him? And I'm not trying to make you upset. That's not what I'm doing, but
I'm not upset. I'm not upset with Donnie at all, and I don't give no fuck. He got the right to talk about the way these pussies have been playing with our son's name, face, and likeness. He has every right to have something to say. It just better be the truth. That's all.
Okay, so you didn't, because I haven't listened to the conversation or anything like that. So you haven't listened. Okay, you haven't.
I don't need to.
And you're not okay, and you're not okay. So it's like out of sight, out of mind.
I know it's not even out of sight, out of mind. If Donnie got some shit to say to me, he know all he got is contact me.
Yeah.
If he ain't contact me about it, I ain't taking it serious. And if he ain't contact me about it, it's because that nigga offered him some money. And I know Donnie will take that. So I ain't tripping.
Is that how they do it? They be all like, let me give you a cash app and I'll spill the beans about Jag. Is that what they do?
Yeah. Listen to me. You know how many times he done pulled the C2 fake out on Beloved in the past week? All them fucking humiliating interviews where she lied and said all that crazy shit, and that nigga left her sitting in a fucking Waffle House all day scared out of her mind because he ain't sending no fucking money like he said he was going to do. I mean, yeah, that's what these niggas do.
Oh, wow. Okay. Dang, it's all about the money.
Actionable intel. They not getting actionable intel. They tossing up cash apps.
You know, it's funny that you mentioned that because I was talking about how TJ basically living cash app to cash app, and I don't think she planned on getting no job.
She said she was getting a job today. I think she's following her ex-girlfriend's thing and think, as long as she can get a job, people will give her more money. I mean, they're beggars. They're beggars. And it's just really sad because my team has done an independent investigation on Beloved, and Beloved is about to be